Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this one we are checking out the P-38L. So this is the, well, obviously stat card, but this is the last P-38 that the American Tech Tree has to offer as far as non-premium goes. I am kind of blanking out on the highest BR premium P-38, but if you're at all familiar with the P-38, you'll know that it is a twin-engine high-altitude interceptor. Obviously, we have two engines. And that's how we're going to play it today. So, up top there, those are the turbo superchargers, kind of like how well, it's the same thing that's on the P-47 and the B-17. So that makes it really, really powerful at higher altitudes like we're at right now. So thankfully, the P-38 does get an air spawn because, I mean, at lower altitudes, it just does not feel like it really has the oomph to make a lot of things happen. I mean, also, that guy is who we're going after. But at low altitudes, the P-38 is still quite fast just because of the fact that it has two engines. But it is obviously much, much better at higher altitudes. It can really take advantage of those turbochargers and really get some speed behind it. So as you can see there, I totally just messed that up. So we're going to go into a pretty shallow climb and just put some distance between us and that Yak 3. I don't want to mess up that early. It's only been like 2 minutes. So when playing the P-38, it does lead to quite a bit of long games. You're going to spend a lot of time just hanging out at high altitudes, and that's all right. I mean, it turns like a twin-engine interceptor, except for the, also I guess we're going for a head-on with this Yak 3. Got a little hit on him, but it's just not worth it to turn in on him right there. It's not really an aggressive playstyle plane. Like with the P-47, for example, once you get some air moving across the wings, it really comes to life just as far as turning capabilities, and we might turn back for him. I'm not really sure yet. I changed my mind. We're turning back for him. But we're just going to keep our altitude here, and he's going to turn into us. But something else to note about the P-38 is that it does have some fairly strong flaps and fairly effective flaps for how large the plane is. And the P-38L is the iteration where they fixed a little bit of an issue with diving. So as you can see, if I hit my air brake button right here, you have those come out. Now, they don't function like a normal air brake, and they will not actually slow you down at all. The point of those is solely to get air to flow across the control surfaces. Without that, at super high speeds, it does not move at all. And obviously, if you're in a dive, this is where I die. But if you're in a dive and have no control, especially over the tail, which is what those help with, you are very much going to go into the ground. Okay, come on, Yak. Please leave me alone. I'm trying to film a video here, man. But hopefully he kind of backs off or we get some... Oh, perfect. That is the exact situation that you want in a P-38. If you get into a little bit of a hairy situation, if you have teammates there to help you out, that's just going to play into your advantages of, your speed and power. So I'm going to stay low until we get back to the airfield, and let's see. I think we're just going to hop into another match. I don't think anything else is going to happen. Kills have been fairly scarce for me in this. So, see you guys in the next game. So, here we are in a carrier match against only Japanese planes, which can be fun most of the time. Ki-84s are a little bit scary, but I haven't gone up against them too much. So we have, we're at 5,600 meters again. Because you really need to be above everybody in the match when you fly this, especially if you actually want to be somewhat successful. Now, as far as front armament goes, you have 4 Brownings, and every American player should be very familiar with Brownings at this point, and this was a bad move on his part. Okay. But I missed, so just, run away from him. And I better not hear anything about that being passive gameplay, because remember, guys, I'm just playing into my strengths here. But going up against Japanese planes usually isn't too bad, as long as you don't get slow in front of them. And all of you guys that have watched my Japanese videos, or videos where I fly Japanese planes, you should know that getting slow in front of a Japanese planes is one of the worst things that you can one of the worst things that you can do. That poor F for you. I'm going to go back towards them and sacrifice myself. If I do this, which I am, it's not very likely that I'm going to come out of it, especially with that Ki-84 up there. But even if I run out of ammo or need to refuel or something like that, it's going to be pretty hard to land on a carrier to the point where I don't even want to think about doing it. I just got really lucky with that shot. Hopefully we can kind of lose them here in the clouds. It probably wasn't a great idea to go all the way down, but we're doing it anyways, and I'll insert some good gameplay after this so that you guys can actually see some kills with it. But didn't need to use the air brake there. Just got to make sure not to G-lock myself. And we did lose 2 flaps, but honestly it could be worse. And we're not running away from these guys, unfortunately. But I wasn't too worried about it. since I couldn't even land I couldn't land easily if I wanted to, but oh well. Here's a nice little two game, a 2-kill game for you guys here. So number one's gonna be a Sterling, and of course we had to take him down because we are an interceptor. That's what we're meant to do. And this second clip right here with the J2M is really a pretty good example of how you want to play the P-38. You want to start off with an energy advantage, get on their 6, 2 kilometers away so that you can kind of adjust for any sharp turns that they get, and then shoot them down. I didn't get the kill for that, but I did set them on fire, so I'm leaving it in. And right there you just saw my last teammate kamikaze into the ground, so I'm going to turn my big old plane into a fighter and take out this A6M2. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys, so thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next one tomorrow. Yep, for sure, tomorrow. Haha.